All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here. So I'm looking at some of your answers. So good driving teachers are ones that encourage you to drive correctly when you're learning how to drive. They encourage you. So the first thing I want to say is you always want to turn in the first available lane. When you're making a right turn, turn in the nearest lane. It facilitates a smoother flow of traffic. If you're making a left turn and it's a double left turn lane, if you're in the outside lane, then you want to stay in your lane. When you take your test, the road tester will look for you to be able to drive and make the car as secure as possible. Next, analyze the way you're turning before you turn. So you want to look where you're going, just like if you're playing a video game. You want to look to the left, make sure it's clear. You want to look to the right, make sure it's clear. Always make sure it's clear before you turn into an intersection, because you have pedestrians, you have people riding bikes, you have people walking. A car could be broken down, so you always want to look. And I'm going to pair this with good teachers. Good teachers give you directions in advance. I need you to make a left turn at the next light. I need you to make a right turn at the next light. Good instructors are always encouraging you to do your best. And that's what I need you to realize, is that you only have one chance to go through driver's education. And when you have a good connection with your instructor gives you clear directions, your road tester gives you clear directions, you're less likely to be nervous. Gavin mentioned always keep your head on the swivel. This is true. You want to look left. You want to look right. You want to check your mirror. You've got to see what's around you. A good instructor will always have a conversation with you, make you laugh, make you feel comfortable in the car, because it can be stressful by nature. And a lot of beginning drivers, and that's anyone with less than 10 years of experience, you will be nervous. You're going to be nervous in the car. You're going to be nervous in traffic. So you want to just take your time. Good instructors are considerate. Maybe if you had a bad day at school, they're willing to listen, they're willing to understand. Next, look ahead before you turn. Is the lane open? A lot of beginning drivers tend to protect their bubble. They only look straight ahead. So I need you to look. Don't be scared. This is why there's a front windscreen, there's a left window, there's a right window, and there's a rear window. There's glass. So make sure your glass is clean. Make sure your headlights are clean. And then be ready to get out there and drive. Good instructors are fun. I try to make sure I'm fun, showing you things you need to know, having a good sense of humor. That's really important. Next, video games are good ways of looking to support driving. There's some great driving games out there. So play those games, learn how to drive, learn how to feel comfortable. You're going to learn from me. You're going to learn from video games. You're going to learn from watching your mom, watching your dad. So you just have to be patient with yourself and take your time. Olivia mentioned make sure you look at the end point of where you're turning, not at the pavement. This is correct. A lot of beginners look down at the speedometer. I'm looking down at my hands. I'm looking down the speedometer. Look up. Good instructors are very calm on the road. They give you advice to help you learn how to improve. And it's always about improving and getting better. Just going down the list here. You got other things you learn, just put them in. Scan, turn your head, and then always be cautious, always be aware. Good instructors give you positive reinforcement. I'm always trying to be positive, a good sense of humor. A smile goes a long way. That is so important. Good instructors allow you to fix your mistakes. You will make mistakes. You're beginning drivers, and that's normal for you to make a mistake, but you have to make sure you're learning. Marshall mentioned make sure you look at the right and not the corner of your eye. This is correct. Turn your head. Don't be scared. Always look. Always see what's going on. Good instructors use hand signals. Make a left. Make a right. Look straight ahead. And I think that's extremely important. Also, if you make mistakes, good instructors, when you get back to the classroom, they'll draw pictures on the board. They'll show you how to have your hands. 10 and 2, 9 and 3, 7 and 4. It really depends on what you're comfortable with, what your dad does, what your mom does. I need all of you to put in, how do you have your hand on the steering wheel? Is it a 9 and 3? Is it a 10 and 2? Is it a 7 and 5? Please go ahead and put that in for me. Are you driving at 10 and 3, 10 and 2, 9 and 3, or 7 and 5? Go ahead, put that in. I'll get my other information going. Everyone varies. I have very long arms, so it really depends. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I only need to do 15 minutes. Am I good to leave?
You got your 15 minutes. Bye. Okay, so I'm looking at it. 10 and 2, 10 and 2, 9 and 3, 10 and 2, 9 and 3. It's the majority 10 and 2 or 9 and 3. Again, it's whatever is comfortable for you. We're in North America, so we're following North American principles and rules. If we were in the UK, it would be different. If we were Australia, it would be different. Let's talk about overcoming anxiety. Number one, start small. I need you to drive in your neighborhood. I need you to practice making right turns and left turns. Okay? Start small. For some of you, you might just be able to get into the car and start it. Everyone is a little bit different, so start small. Number two, set realistic goals. You're not going to be driving from your house to downtown Chicago, downtown Detroit, downtown Los Angeles. Start small. What is small? After avoiding driving for months, you want to set a goal to go to your local park, to go to your middle school and back, to go to your first job and back. Set small goals. Okay. Number three, go on familiar routes. We are creatures of habit. So you want to go on familiar routes that make you feel comfortable, from your home to your grandparents, from your home to your favorite uncle, from your home to high school. We all feel uncomfortable if we drive on unfamiliar routes. So take your time. Be patient. Number four, take it slow. A lot of beginners drive really under the speed limit, so you want to go at the speed limit. There's no reason for you to be driving, speeding really fast. Drive slow, take your time, be patient. Number five, trust the technology of your cars. Some of your cars have a mapping system, so you can keep your eyes on the road. So you want to trust the technology in your car. Number six, practice deep breaths. A lot of people hyperventilate, they get nervous. Take your time. I think it's really important that you find a good instructor. You find a parent that you're comfortable with, who likes you, who supports you, and who's really going to help you. Some parents tend to be a little bit more hyper, a little bit more over the top. So that's either mom or dad, or it might not be either one. It might be your uncle or auntie. Be ready for a co-pilot. Whoever's in the passenger seat is your co-pilot. They're going to be the one that's going to help you, encourage you, support you when you make mistakes. Mistakes will happen. Number seven was co-pilot. I'm going to start over. One was take small steps. Two was set realistic goals. Three was using familiar routes. Four was taking it slow. Take a deep breath. You're not going to jump on the highway the first time. You're going to take your time. Number five is trust the technology in the car. Number six, practice deep breathing. Sometimes we take short breaths, merging out on the expressway, driving by a semi-truck. Next, number seven, bring a co-pilot. That's really going to be the one that I suggest you do. Have that co-pilot to help you. Number eight, use positive affirmations. Okay, you're capable of doing this. You deserve to get your license. I think a lot of us feel like we're not worthy of getting our license, but you can do this if you really set a goal. Like a lot of you are setting goals here to listen, to take good notes, and to get out there and drive. Number nine, visual success. I'm a big visualizer at success. Getting you guys out on the road, making sure you're ready to go. making sure you're mentally focused when you come into the driver's ed car, making sure that you participate. I need, let's keep going, plan ahead. Planning ahead for when segment 2 comes. Planning ahead when you get a job. You have to have a job. And when you get your car, when you get insurance. Even if you have a Tesla, you still got to plug it in. But you're going to need a job to get the things you want, and that's really important. Create a comfortable environment. I'm really big on that too. Have the car comfortable. Have some chilled music on in the background. Just relax. Take breaks if you need to. Get out, reset. Number 13, learn your car's features. Some cars have auto braking. Some cars have adaptive cruise control. So you got to really learn your car. And that's where a lot of beginners fail. They just say, Mom and Dad, give me the keys. And then you don't know how to put it in gear. You don't know how to use the GPS. And that's really going to help you in case you get in trouble, in case you get lost. Number 14, use quiet time to practice. Drive through your neighborhood. Radio down. Drive from your home to one of your cousin's house. Drive from your home, merge on the expressway, get off, go around the roundabout. Take the long way home. Try different things all the time. Number 14, I talked about using quiet time to practice. Number 15, celebrate small wins. Maybe you just getting into the car because maybe you were in an accident, or maybe your friend rear-ended someone. Or practice yourself driving with your mom to get to your high school. Celebrate those small wins. I think that's really important. We all look for the big wins. I want this now. Number 16, gradually increase your challenges from your home to downtown, back, from your home in rush hour traffic, 4:30 to 6:30, from your home downtown, drive around downtown, and then come back. That's a lot, but it's going to take you about an hour. It'll be good driving for you. Stop and go, going fast, stop and go, going slow, and then it opens up. So that's a really good drive. Next, refrain from negative thoughts. We always think about negative thoughts. My car's going to run out of gas. I'm going to lose control. I think just being positive, and I'm a big positive thinker, and hopefully all of you are. You may be, you may not be. But I think positivity is one of the biggest things that we need to have. Next, rely on 360-degree awareness. Again, checking those mirrors, your inside mirror, your left mirror, your right mirror. You've got to look around you to know if there's a truck beside you, a car beside you, someone not paying attention. Number 19, practice frequently. But for a lot of you, you're relying on your mom and dad, and you can't practice frequently. So that's going to be a struggle for you. So you got to encourage your mom and dad to drive. And it might be after rush hour. It might be on the weekend, but you got to be able to drive. And number 20, celebrate your progress. I need each of you to type in a couple things you learned. Please do that right now. Each of you type in a couple things you learned. I went over what makes a good driving instructor. I went over the 20 ways of overcoming driving anxiety. I gave you 20 practical tips because we're trying to get you better. We're trying to get you to learn how to drive. So now all of you need to put in, what did you learn? Go ahead and do that. That is correct. Anxiety is not a bad thing. Anything new, you're going to be nervous. Your hands are going to be sweating. You're going to have a dry mouth. It's called cotton mouth. You getting up doing a presentation, all those things will make you a little bit nervous. And we're just trying to give you value, guys. We're trying to get you ready. And I think good instructors need to share their tips, best practices, because that's what's important. And, you know, I want to make a difference in their life. So next time I'll talk about driving performance evaluation. We'll talk about that, what you need to do.